Shalom. I hope you all are doing well. I am blessed and I am back again with a quick video. I have a word for you from the Most High. To set the tone for this message, I'm going to be reading Matthew 7:15, in which reads, "Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raving wolves." Why is this verse so important for us to understand? It is because these people deceive their followers with false teachings and doctrines of devils. They twist the truth to fit their own agenda, and they appear harmless with good intentions, but inwardly they are full of hate, evil, and deceit. The Bible says in Matthew chapter 7 and verse 20 that you will know them by their fruits. Verse 18 says, "A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit." In just a moment, we're going to take a look at how an evil tree looks when it brings forth corrupt fruit. Some of these false prophets are paid to lie, but all of them are downright wicked, and they intentionally mislead the masses right into the lake of fire. So then how can we tell who they are? Well, they speak contrary to what the scriptures actually teach. But why is the Most High allowing this to happen? Let's take a look at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 10 through 12. And it reads, "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Elohim shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness." So, since you want to live like a heathen, Yahuwah is going to send you a strong delusion to make you think what you're doing is okay. That's why these false prophets are allowed to continue to deceive the masses. They are winning souls for Satan. So we're going to take a look at some of these doctrines of devils so that you guys will know how to spot a deceitful false prophet. Yahuwah commands us not to marry into the Gentile nations, but the false prophets say you are your father's seed, even if the mother is a heathen. And since they can't really find any verses to support this claim, they twist the truth to fit their own agenda. The Sabbath is the 7th day of a complete weekly cycle that Yahuwah established at the beginning of creation. But the false prophets will have their congregation assemble on the first day of the week. False prophets will also have their congregation follow the moon phases to keep the Sabbath, in which does not follow Yahuwah's 7-day weekly cycle, meaning their Sabbath can fall on any day 1 through 6 instead of day 7. The Most High said that He made His children in His own image. This means that His children look like Him, and He said that He's black with woolly hair. But the false prophets say, no, YAH'S children can look like any nation of people, including the fallen angel's offspring, whose skin was leprous or pale. Yahuwah said that His ancient Hebrew calendar is solar. He said there will be those who will assuredly make observation of the moon and how it disturbs the seasons and come in from year to year 10 days too soon. For this reason, the years will come upon them when they will disturb the order and make an abominable day the day of testimony, and an unclean day a feast day, and they will confound all the days. the holy with the unclean, and the unclean day with the holy, for they will go wrong as to the months, the Shabbats, and the feast days. But the false prophets say, no, the Most High's calendar is lunar, and we're going by the moon phases. Now, it doesn't matter that the Most High said that his solar calendar is a 364-day calendar. They don't care about that. All these wicked people care about is twisting the truth to fit their own agenda. They don't care that the 354-day calendar does not match up with the Most High's 364-day calendar. And the Most High said that all of those who want to believe this lie is going to send you a strong delusion so you can believe it. Here's another one. The Most High commanded us not to eat unclean meats. You see, he gave us clean meats that are consumable. But once again, here comes these wolves in sheep's clothing telling us that when Yeshua came, he cleansed all the unclean foods, and now we can consume whatever we want. This is a lie straight from the pits of hell. In fact, in Job 14:4, it reads, "Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one." Yahushua never came to earth to change any of the laws, and none of the prophets had the power to change the laws. I got another one. Yahuwah said, "I'm going to send my word to the earth in the flesh to save my people." But the wolves in sheep's clothing teach that the Most High sent his only begotten Son for all people, and some even say that Yahushua never even existed. Throughout the Bible, from the beginning to the end, you see the presence of Yahushua. So isn't that just a ridiculous doctrine from the pits of hell? And the people who teach this false doctrine, as well as their followers, are not just spiritually asleep. They're amongst the spiritual dead. Here's another one. The Most High gave his people a Hebrew culture, but the false prophets gave them Christianity and all the other religions. The Most High also said, "I have created a chosen people for myself." But those old wolves in sheep's clothing said, "Nope, we have replaced the seed of Israel with spiritual Israel. It's the church." I hope you guys aren't getting bored, because I can go on and on with these lies. I have another one. Yah said, "I created good and evil, and I will send plagues upon the earth." The false prophets teach their congregation that these are the works of Satan and humans, weather machines, and scientists. Now, since this is one of my favorite verses, I want to go ahead and take a look at it, because he's talking about fighting for his people again, like he did in ancient Egypt when he brought them out of the land of Mizraim. And I'm sure you remember how he brought plagues upon Egypt until finally they decided to let the children of Israel go. Okay, so this is 2 Esdras chapter 15 and verse 11, and it reads, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." So he's going to send plagues upon this world, just like he did in ancient Egypt. And this is why you're seeing worldwide catastrophic events taking place at this present time, because the children of Israel are scattered to the four corners of the earth. I just want to present you with one more false prophet teaching. Yah said, "I'm going to save you and bring you out of the land of your captivity when you turn back to me and obey my voice, by keeping my laws, statutes, and commandments." Well, the false prophets don't really teach on this much. They actually omit this information. Now, they will tell us about Juneteenth, that holiday celebrated on June 19th to commemorate the emancipation of enslaved black people in the U.S. Oh, and you also have a whole Black History Month, February, dedicated to Black history. You know, we're not going to talk about anything prior to you being slaves, but we'll talk a little bit about Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Malcolm X, and Rosa Parks. The preachers are getting paid good money to tell lies. We can't have them telling you that the Most High is going to eventually save you when you turn back to His laws, statutes, and commandments, and that's your real freedom. I could go on and on forever with all the lies that we have been told. But what's important is that you understand that these false prophets are not going to the lake of fire alone. If we follow them, that's where we're going to end up too. If you are following someone who's kind of questionable, go ahead and ask them some questions. You don't have to be rude or disrespectful to simply ask a question. But most of the time, wolves in sheep's clothing do not like to be questioned. They become confrontational and angry. Exposing liars is not easy because these types of liars specifically become extremely defensive and try to fight you with Bible verses because they have a good memory as to where to find these verses, even if they're twisting the truth of the verse. You see, the Most High have allowed them to have a certain amount of power to deceive the masses. You know, these are the ones who want to live according to the desires of their hearts. Because these people want to live a lifestyle of sin, the Most High has allowed these false prophets to manipulate these people and play on their emotions with false doctrines. Stay vigilant, family. Stay prayed up. And keep Yahuwah's laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. And remember, Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13, He that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. And until my next video, Shalom.